I don't care about rain. Never have. All right. Oh, look at that. That's a hawk. I was getting ready to go out to cut some more wood off of the windblown section. Before I left, I was going to check, well, I checked the weather app. First thing I see is rain in 17 minutes. Well, that's not a big deal. I can work in a light shower. And then I looked at the weather map, and oh yeah, looks like fairly heavy rain coming our way. So I'm doing a time lapse of that just to, I don't have anything else to do here while I'm awaiting the arrival. Sun is hot. Well, we're finally going to lose the sun. That's good. I love that clumpy cumulus over there. That looks like muscle. Took the drone up this morning. Got some footage. It's a meaningless sentence. What else would I be doing with the drone up? Well, I flew over here where a few of the, well, 3 or 4 trees were blown down in early June, and I couldn't believe how much we can't see of the real killer. And in through here, I was above in that open area looking down. There's one whole tree, or the top 50 feet, that fell directly down into that. We get no clue of it from out here. You can see one leaning in here, broken off one there. I don't know where I'm pointing. You'll forgive me. And there's a little bit of that broken off one up there, hanging down from the top. But I didn't think that was enough. It was a very little branch. Well, Jesus, the whole top of that tree is laying in that mess of hiding. And the more I looked, the more that was a major tree taker. And what we see here is not nearly the extent of it. Oh, there is this one. You can just see the top of it here. That whole thing is settling comfortably. There, now you can get a little view of back in there, some of the branches. A lot of work for me to do this fall, and I want to do it. I want to get this thing at least cleaned out of there. I spent a lot of time and work last summer getting this all cleared out. And then along come this. Well, I was given the gift prize of my own 4 birches, so I have to complain. You know, that's the nature of my beast. I saw this thing yesterday, and all of these buds, I don't know what this is. This is familiar. It looks a little bit like thistle, but it's not. And I killed a lot of it 2 years ago when I went after the thistle, before I really knew what it looked like. Anything with leaves like this and there's little thorns on it, I poisoned. But this is beautiful. Looks like a dandelion. I've never seen this kind of thing in my yard before. And this is exactly why I've let everything just grow. What will come if we just let them go? Oh, I gotta get some more ties on this. Hey, this is gonna fall over. Yeah. But overall, I'm really disappointed in what is going on with these flowers. I guess I talked about it. I think it's because, I don't know why. We've had a perfect growing summer so far, so why are these things not really going nuts? I don't have an answer, other than lack of fertilizer, I guess, which I have corrected. And this one is just sitting here. It's not doing anything. It's not dying, but it's not gangbusters like I certainly expected. It's got the whole pot to itself. I thought it would go wild and raging. I sure love this. These little flower plants were just 4 inches tall and looking very spindly when I first planted them. I don't know, this is one of those jobs that collect, and you don't get to because they're not high priority at all. Until or unless you've got weather that is preventing a guy from going out and doing the real meaningful work, and you come to realize that all of this is knuckle material, and that was all gathered around here. Some of it still is, but I've gotten enough cut up that I can split. What is this? That's worthless. Good. Give me something to do without the helmet. This is a really cool design. This helmet is, your head sits here. So you got all of this open area for cool air to move around in through there. I can't imagine if they had your head sitting around tight to the, it's still hot. I think it's time to go in and get my sweatband. I've said it before, sometimes to my embarrassment, other times to my astute wisdom. I don't think we're going to get any of this rain. It's moving in. It's been moving in and around us all day long. Sort of meaningless cells that are just skirting us. I don't care. It'll leave me alone. I don't care about rain. Never have. Where did my gloves go? It will be very interesting to see what I can do with this, with the axe. Yeah. Yeah. Oh. Well, good. This is the other half. there's a horsefly tormenting her. Come here. The deer flies that get into the house, they come in on Suki, and I rub her ears down, get any deer flies out of there, and then we go on inside. Well, little do I know, they're buried under the fur somewhere on her body. Yesterday there were 2 that I found on the windows and gorged full of blood. Well, you've seen pictures of their fate. They can't hardly move. So I get the fly swatter out. I don't use my thumb anymore because that just kind of squirts blood over everything. But they're very good at hiding, getting inside covertly. Every so often I think how nice it would be to rent a log splitter. Like the chunks I'm bringing in now, they're all ready to split when I get them here. Bring in a bunch of those. I've thought about these, but I don't think a wood splitter could take care of these. I think they're too frightful. Well, let me see. No way. Oh, yay! Going down to check Otter Pond. Make sure it's still there. And I'm going without mosquito repellent or any protection whatsoever. So this is going to be a quick trip. And Suki's coming along. I hear the deer flies kamikaze-ing. Come on, go. Well, it's low, but still healthy. And the mosquitoes are here. So this is a quick trip for sure. Yeah, I ought to get myself a mosquito net. Beekeeper's net, head net. Oh. I had one time, long time ago. Go to the family cabin in May. Tried to keep the gnats off my face. It was more a pain in the neck than useful. My God. Mosquitoes are killing. Well, that's what you get when you get a mosquito full of blood. Huh. Any more? There's one. The first frog of the bog hopped into that tall grass section. Not even going to look for him. I'm just happy to know that at least one is back after 2 years. I've been waiting to see if there's going to be morning glories this summer, if they are going to return every summer. They've been here, growing on vines that come from 30 feet away. And I think I see them. think that's they.
You about something that happened between innings at a recent
I've been staying inside today. Decided it's too hot today. Anything above 85, I'm going to have to say nope. On being out and working, at least, that's too much. And I set the bar at 82 degrees and humidity of 60 or more. And I've been trying to work on episode 177, doing the early stages of rough editing the video clips, then getting them on the timeline, and now I'm going back in and beginning to fine-tune the edits. And she has been up and around and down and up and around and down. I don't think she's sick or in distress. I don't think she's had a poo today, and I think that's what she might need. I can't work with her distracting my focus, losing my train of thought. Wah, wah. Oh, yes. Here comes a car. I'm in my safe house. Oh, I forget what heat is about. Well, it's about hotness. Oh man, I do look forward to 7:30, 8 o'clock tonight when the sun is at least lower, not as directly hot. I don't have anything else to talk about except the adversity, the suffering I have to go through, and poor Suki does too, but I'm a narcissist, so I don't complain about her suffering as much as my own. A little bit of a breeze, oh my gosh, that cools. Ironically, I went up to the loft with a fresh cup of hot coffee, got up from a little nap, feeling a bit fog-headed. I rarely drink coffee after mid-morning. Now I have to go inside in a sweat and drink hot coffee. Maybe I'll bring it to the microwave and re-zap it to get it extra hot. Nice thing about coming to sit here in the shade, well, mostly. Oop. I can't get out of it totally. Is that it's a lack of movement and the deer flies disappear. Except the one, is that a mosquito? No, that's a deer fly on her nose. No, it's a mosquito. Well, as long as I'm up. Yeah. And she loves to eat them. That's another one. I think that she feels like she's doing her part when I kill a deer fly and get it in the palm of my hand and put it down here, and she licks it off and doing her part. I heard via Michael Pollan, How to Change Your Mind, that book I read 2 months ago. His exploration into psychedelics, psilocybin, LSD, and the great potential it has for consciousness raising in our minds. I heard about Aldous Huxley wrote a book The Doors to Perception. And I guess that had to do with his exploration, I think in the 50s, of psychedelics, peyote. And I've tried to find the book. Of course, our local library doesn't have it. The only thing our regional library system has is audiobook and an ebook. Well, the audiobook, I listen to music and podcasts while I'm doing jigsaw puzzles. Oh, it's a perfect opportunity to tune in an audiobook on Doors to Perception. I went online and discovered how to check it out, and I registered, clicked play, and it began playing. The guy's reading it right there. Bam! It's so easy. And that's exactly what the book is about. I'm only into, I don't know how many pages. You don't know how many pages. You don't know anything. And you can't back up and re-listen to a portion. That's fine. He gets right into it. He went for a treatment, they call it, back in the 50s. It was dissolved in water. He drank the water and then proceeded to explain what he experienced. It's a bit dense. He's a very advanced writer. Uses a lot of verbiage that's not familiar. It's not an easy read, but nonetheless, I'm following it fairly well. Very eye-opening. I'm not going to go any further into it because I have to digest it a lot more before I want to talk about it, and find out more what he has to say. But it's a very real experience. He had a guide, I think they call it, or a leader, a companion with him, and they recorded verbally audio of his experience and what he had to say. Very compelling. I learned one thing that I wasn't aware of, that one of the functions of psilocybin and or LSD and peyote, I say peyote, but it's psilocybin, I believe, that is the active ingredient in peyote. So it isn't like peyote is its own psychedelic. Huxley said that one of the functions of the psychedelic drug is that it cuts back on the sugar or the sucrose that the brain has available to it to process the normal way that we process. And that's one of the reasons why people experience what they do, because it's an enriched experience. He mentions color is a major factor. Colors become intense and you see shades and hues that are not usually seen. He also talked about the experiences that you have, the awareness. I don't have the words. The conscious awareness that we have as normal, everyday human beings, we miss so much that's going on around us. He doesn't say why, but that's just the nature of the human mind. And that is improved, enhanced. That blockage, that veil that we're looking through is taken away, is lifted. And when you are having a psychedelic experience, you observe what's always been there, but that you've missed. Oh, man, oh. And I've had that happen to me. We all had that happen to us, where how many times have I said, how long has that been there that I've walked past it, not noticed, not seen, not observed? It happens to me all the time, over a period of years. Nothing has changed in the environment, but I'm walking around, whoa, how long has that been there? How long have I been walking past that All the while it's waiting for me to, hello, I'm here. See? No, I don't see. So that is enhanced the comprehension of, yeah, that's as far as I'm going to go. I said I wasn't going to say anything about it till I know more about it, but I broke my promise. All right, I'm going to go in the house. We're going to go in the house. If I don't take Suki in with me right now, she won't want to come in, but in 3 minutes, she'll be at the door pacing or tiptoeing back and forth and tapping her paw. Let me in already. Can you see me now? What am I doing? I'm looking for my knife. I got a kick how they use this. This is a tiny box. I'm sure it's the most tiny box that the Postal Service will honor.